want to learn how to make this absolutely gorgeous home card out of shapes in Cricut Design Space, then keep watching because I'm going to show you how. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the crafter and designer behind this channel, and I'm here to help you get the best of your Cricut machine and become your own designer. And I made this home card out of shapes in Cricut Design Space using my Cricut Joy Xtra, and it is so easy to do. So what we need for this project, so I have used some textured cardstock, so you can use any cardstock you want, but I just went for a textured one. White glitter cardstock, a red glitter cardstock. Both of these I just grabbed from my scrapbook because they were tiny bits, so I didn't need anything big. These card blanks, so these are just from Home Bargains, and they're like a couple of pounds for a pack of 10. I use those all the time, and they come in white as well. I use sticky pads in 2 different sizes, my Cricut cutting mats and the Cricut Joy Xtra. But as I say, you can use your Maker or your Explore series. It doesn't matter what Cricut you've got. It's about the technique in Design Space. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop into Cricut Design Space, and I'm going to show you how to make this amazing card in no time at all. So you're going to start by going into the free shapes bar, and you want to get a square. So grab your square, close that down, and then you're going to go up to the top corner on the left and click on the edit tool, and then click on the love, which is the offset tool, and you're going to click apply. So you can either keep it rounded or squared. I'm going to keep it rounded. Once you've got an offset, you can make this any size you want. I'm going to slice out the middle. Now what this is going to do is this makes the frame for our card. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to remove the contours on one, just so that I don't know yet if I'm going to do it, but if I decide to have a back, then I've got a back there. Can you see this that's happened here? This is a new thing since the update. I don't know what's going on in the last week, but if it disappears, just hide the contour, reapply it, and it comes back. But for some reason, when you use the contour tool at the moment, it messes with everything. Right, so what you're going to do now is just move that background out of the way. I may or may not use it, but I've got it there just in case. Now we're going to move the frame out of the way, and we're going to start to make our house shape. So you want to get a square and a triangle, and we're going to start to build the house, but also make the window. So I'm just going to pop them in position there. We're going to start to build the proportions in a minute. But first of all, you're going to duplicate your square, size it small because it's going to make a window, and times it by 4. Now you're going to use the guidelines. You can see there you've got the red line to see if everything's lined up. And you're just going to line it all up so it's all nice and square, and it does all snap in. And you get that's your window. So weld it together. Then you are going to make your window smaller, and you're going to go in and grab this oval shape here. And now we're going to make the doorway. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this oval round, so it's the other way round. I've also got a square because we're going to slice it almost in half. So just make sure that it is square, which at the moment it isn't. When you get it right, you're going to grab your square and pull it over the bottom. So this isn't about the shape, it's about the size at the moment. So slice that out. Once I've sliced it out, I'm going to get rid of the debris. Click on unlock at the top. So when you, on the top bar, you've got a padlock, and then you can drag it. So now we're going to drag it so that it goes into a nice oval shape. So you can drag it fatter, thinner, whatever you think looks more door-like. So once you've got your door shape, we can start building the house. So I'm just going to turn this square pink just so that we can see it, because what I want to do is position everything, start to build it up, and then I can slice out my door and windows. So I've unlocked my triangle. I'm going to make it bigger, and I want to make it as roof-like as possible. So once I've got my position, obviously you want your roof overlapping your house, making sure it's central. And it's just about doing what looks right to you. And once you're happy with all of your positioning, then right click and you can weld that together, and you've got your house base. Now you can still unlock it. I feel like it looks a bit long, so I might change that yet. But I'm going to pop my door in. Now when you pop your door in, I'm just going to drag that shorter because it just didn't look right. I'm going to just hover my door so that there's a gap at the bottom, otherwise it will be open. You can see. I'm going to slice that out, and now I've got a door. I mean, we want this to be quite simple, not complicated. Now we're going to pop our windows in. So I'm going to pop the windows there, send this to the back, the house, click on my windows, make them smaller, and I'm going to duplicate them because I want the windows on each side. So duplicate that, move that over so that's leveled up, and once I'm happy with where they are, I'm going to move the house out of the way, weld the windows together, because if I want to slice, I can only slice 2 layers. So I'm going to pop that back. When I'm happy, I'm going to select all and slice my windows out. I'm just going to drag them down a bit more, slice, and there you go. So we're starting to build a house. So I want to put a chimney on. So I'm going to go into my shapes bar and grab a square or an oblong, it doesn't really matter. You can unlock that, and once you've unlocked it, you can then drag it to a chimney shape. So we're going to pop that up on the roof and just put it where you want it. Once you're happy with its positioning, again, select all and weld. Obviously you want it coming out of the roof, so you've got to make sure that the ends are poked in, if that makes sense. You can see there now, so that it's fitting from the roof. So now I've gone into the text bar and I'm going to grab an S. It doesn't matter what font it is, because what we're going to do is we're going to make some smoke for the chimney. So I'm going to go to the unlock tool at the top to unlock the shape, and then I'm going to drag my S longer. So just drag it long like that, and that's going to make the smoke in a minute. So now I'm going to grab a square and I'm going to slice off the bottom. So slice the bottom off the square or off the S, and now we're going to drag it smaller. You can pull it in any direction you want, and I'm going to pop it on the chimney so that's quite thin. I might add a little offset just to chunky it up a bit. If we just go to the offset tool, which I still struggle to find because I think for years using something and then it changes, it just makes it a right faff. Once you've got that offset on there, you can weld that together. Oh no, what I'm going to do actually, no, what we're going to do first of all is, so if you have welded, go back, just click the back arrow. We're going to duplicate the house first because the smoke wants to be white. So I'm going to weld it to that layer, but I've duplicated the house so that I've got a separate house layer. Now on that layer, remove all your contours, and that's going to be your back layer to your file. So I'm going to turn that white. It took me a while to decide there, but that's going to be my back layer. And now if we send that to the back, we've got the front of the house, which is going to be a pink colour, and you've got the back layer, which is going to show your windows, your door, and that's going to fit on there. So we might put a word in yet, so we'll just decide in a minute. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go into my shapes bar and I'm going to grab a heart. So once I've got my heart, I'm just going to pull it down, and I'm going to slice it out of my roof just to make it a bit cuter, so it's not as, I don't know, clinical looking. You want it to be pretty, don't you, and warm and fuzzy almost. So I'm going to slice that out, and that's going to go there. But the behind my heart, I want it to be red. So I'm going to just get a square, drag it small, and drag it so that it fits behind the heart, but it doesn't poke out of the roof. So you can see there it's fitting behind that square. And I'm going to turn that red, so we'll cut that out on red glitter, and that just gives it a really ditzy, cutesy angle to it. What we do now is we are going to add a word. So I'm going to grab my frame back, and we're going to work out sizing, and we're going to add a word in, so that we're going to weld the back of this house to the frame with a word. So I'm going to type home, so go to the text tool and you're going to type home. Now, for some reason, I've cut this bit out and I can't find the bit of video, but basically it wants to be in capitals, and I chose the font Cricut font. So it was, if you search Cricut, and it's one of the free ones. So once you've got your font in position, and then you're going to decide where you're going to position your house so that you can weld it all together. Obviously, you're not welding the front, you're only welding the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop the home in the frame like that, size it the size you want it to be, and then you're going to right click and weld that together. So once they're welded together, we want to weld the back of the house. Now we've got to be careful here because I don't want to resize one layer of the house without the other. So I'm going to drag the frame or the back layer in, but I'm going to resize the frame to fit the house. And what's really important here is that we do resize the frame and not the house, because we don't want the two layers of the house being different sizes. We'll resize the lot together after, but we just drag the frame a little bit smaller. You want to make sure that your chimney or your smoke is overlapping the edge and the bottom of the house is overlapping your home letters, because when you weld this has to cut as one solid layer. This is the back that we're going to attach to our card blank. So now click weld. There you go. It's all touching, and that is exactly what we want. And now we can drag our house over. I'm going to group that together with the heart first. Then I'm going to drag it over to my house, send the front to the back, the white bit, and then I'm going to group it again so it's all attached. Now we can size it. So we're going to cut the background on a white glitter cardstock, and then I'm going to use this textured card, which is a bit of scrap, for the house, because I love that. And then we've just got a little bit of scrap red glitter for the heart at the back, which should just be a little square. I was going to put a background on it, but it doesn't need it. It's going to look amazing as it is. So what we need to do is just measure this. So my ruler is a left-handed ruler, and I want the card to be about 5.5 by 5.5. So I'm going to pop the glitter cardstock on. And I've just used my brayer to attach it so that it cuts better, which it always does if you use a brayer. So now we're going to send it to cut so it's sized correctly, so I can send it to cut. We're going to use a mat. I'm cutting it on a Joy. You can cut it on your Maker. I'm going to click continue when I'm happy. I want to show you something after I've cut these layers, and I'm going to choose on glitter cardstock and on more and send that to cut. So once that's cut, I'm going to show you how to save a bit of time without loading and unloading mats. I'm going to move my red and pink project onto the same mat. So if you click edit, now you can't always access it during a cut, so you can hover over your square. If there's nothing there, click cancel the cut, and then it will take you back to this page. And look at that square now, it's got 3 dots. Click on move object and choose another mat, and I've moved it onto my pink mat. So that actually hasn't gone, so I'm going to go back again, try it again, move object, confirm. I don't think I confirmed it before, so all those little things, actually I'm not going to take them out because it's good to see them. And now I'm going to position them on my mat, and then when I put my card on my mat, I will make sure that I put them in those positions. So I'll make sure that I put the pink and the red where they are positioned on the mat. So I'm going to now send them to cut, click glitter cardstock and more. And now you can see that because I've moved both of them onto one mat, they are both cutting on the same mat. So that just saves you messing about. It's just you can move them over quite quickly, and you're not cutting them out, up, weeding, putting another mat through. You're doing it all at once. And that's just a really useful time-saving hack, especially if you're working with scraps. And you can see the size of that red one. It's worth keeping everything. And here we are, all cut out. And the thing that I love most about this project is the fact that we've made it all out of shapes. And look at that, that's just adorable. So there's our square. The first thing we are going to do is we're going to just glue our card, our heart to there. We're not going to layer that up because I want it to sit quite flush. Now, glitter card is a bit of a nightmare with glue. It takes a while to dry, but we're going to just pop that on there. How gorgeous is that? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put that onto there, because once we've got that on, we can put the front on. So I'm going to use little sticky pads. These are quite small ones, but you don't want to see them. And I'm going to try to stick and peel at the same time. So it's just about making sure that you get them in between. on there. I think these are quite thin, so I think they'll be fine. What I'm also going to do is put some big ones on, because they just don't need to be that big. So pop them on there. Make sure that I've got my card the right way. In fact, I'm going to turn it over because I don't like the way that's folded. That's better. Pop that on there. Now I really like the way that is layered. I love that. So now it's just about adding our top layer. And again, we're going to use sticky pads just to layer it up a little bit. I'm going to put a few more on this because glitter cardstock, I find it a bit harder to stick to. I'm hoping once I get that on here, the sticky pads will make sure that that all settles. And there you go, one gorgeous home card. And how did you find that? Isn't it easy? It's amazing what you can do with shapes, and it's just so easy when you know how. I adore that house. It's just gorgeous. I mean, the smoke, it's a letter S. It's just brilliant and easy to do. So please do let me know in the comments how you got on. I'm going to add a poll to this one, and let me know if there's anything that you want to see me make, any shapes. Just tell me or do the poll, so I can tailor my next tutorials to what you want to learn. I'm going to include a link to my playlist, which is dedicated to making anything out of shapes in Cricut Design Space. Recently, I made this princess castle. Again, no uploads, just shapes, and this stitch card. So I'll drop the link to the playlist below so that you can have a filter through that and see if there's anything that takes your fancy. Thank you so much for crafting along with me, and happy crafting.